Howdy everyone and welcome to my 3x3 falling sand door. Pretty simple in how it works. Construction behind me. If we come down here and go ahead and hit that lever, it's got an F1 there, you'll see the sand will fall, all those pistons coming down. You could walk right through the door, and then if we come back down here and power it once again, you'll see that it goes right back up and fills up that gap completely. So pretty cool, and it may look a bit familiar. This is actually design that I've previously done. However, video is about 2 years old, definitely lacking in quality. It's about 2 years behind, and it also broke, apparently. I was notified that there was apparently some change, probably I think in how long it takes sand to fall, that has broken this. And if you already have one of these, pretty quick fix is just to redo this top piston here. It used to be just a regular piston. It should now be a sticky piston. I'll be doing a full tutorial though, because as I said, the old video was pretty low in quality, and this definitely is one of my more favorite contraptions because look at the redstone. Oh, that just makes me smile. Very pretty, I think, and I do also have colors in there, so it's much easier to see what's going on now. So if you look down here at the bottom, this red part right here is where the power runs in. I'm using a lever. You could also just run a repeater into that block, but that's going to come back here. We'll look at the bottom line first. So this light blue here comes and powers the bottom line of pistons right there. The orange line over here also receives power from that red block. It's then going to power the middle pistons when they're down like so, and you can really see them all kind of bouncing back and forth, which is pretty cool. Then up here, this green line also receives power from that red block, and this will power the top line of pistons. Coming back here though, this magenta area, large area, lots of repeaters going on here, but this is all for the retraction to try to get the timing right and have them all re-extend. And actually, if you come over to the side, you can see that pretty well. So let's power that up, and we'll pull it right back down, and you can see what's all going on there. So they keep firing, and you can see those monostable circuits flipping back and forth. But then we've got the last layer here, this yellow layer. So when these pistons are extended, it will power them once again and bring it all to the top. So if we go ahead and put that right back up to the top, you can see those pistons are up there, and they need power to fill up that gap. So for this, you're going to need your power source, in which case I'm using a lever, 27 pieces of redstone, 15 redstone repeaters, a redstone torch, 9 sticky pistons, 2 regular pistons, those are going to be used for the monostable circuit over here, 11 pieces of sand, I'm using 9 for the door and 2 for the monostable circuits, some blocks to build with, and then 1 slab of any type. So you can see this already is built out here. You're going to need a 3x3 gap, and then some space going downward. Leave that little hole right like that, and this comes down 6 blocks like so, and on this block right here is where I've attached the lever. That is really easy. Coming down from the left, skip 3 blocks like so, and then on the 4th block, stick your power source. I'm using a lever, and then come up 1 block and place something to block the redstone line that's going to be on top of here and to the right, and then go ahead and punch out those extra blocks like so. For the next step, you want to come diagonal from where I've got that red power block. Come down 1 block like so, out 3, and then 3 on the back, so that you've got almost kind of like an L shape here. Then you want to take 3 repeaters facing away from you to underneath where the hole is, right like so, each on 1 tick. Fill the rest with redstone dust, and then come along the back so that you're right underneath the hole. 3 sticky pistons like so, up 2 on each one, and then fill in the rest with sand. So you should come right up to your floor level, and that should be flush like that. Then for the next step here, you want to come behind that power block, 2 more blocks like so, place 2 dust out the front, 1 on top of the power, and then another one going back, then with a repeater. That's going to be set to 2 ticks. That goes up into a block, and then along the back line of pistons here, you're going to have just dust like so. Then on the first piece of sand, so that you're in line with that power block, you want a top half slab with dust on it, and then you're going to make a 2x4 right like so, and then along the outside is going to be redstone dust, then with 3 repeaters facing into that middle piece of sand, and then each set to 4 ticks. Now we're going to come underneath that power block, skip a block like so, and we're going to place dust on that. This line is then going to come out 4 more blocks, so you have a total of 5, so that's 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to come up 1 block so that you're even with the bottom layer of pistons there, and then each one of these blocks needs to have dust on it. So right now all of the extension is complete, and if we go ahead and flip that lever, you'll see that this all goes up like so, but then when we turn it off, it's not going to come back down correctly. You've got all these gaps in there, so we need to create the pulling back mechanism. So you're going to come off up 1 block from the edge of this orange line here, put a torch on its back. That needs to run downward into a repeater that has 1 tick on it, goes into a piston, piece of sand on top of that, and then you're going to have another repeater, set this to 4 ticks, and that's going to go into the light blue line like so. Then coming off the side of this piston here, we want 1 block and then 2 more, so we have a total of 3. The 3rd block should be right next to that torch like that, and then we're going to want a piece of dust next to this sand block here. 2 repeaters then coming out of that, each on 4 ticks. That's going to go up into a block right next to this block with a torch on it. Going to put dust on top of that, a repeater, set that to 4 ticks as well, and that runs up into a block so that it can power the orange line beneath it. And then for the last bit here, we're looking at the back. You want to come off of this redstone line that was next to the monostable circuit, come up a block like so, down a block, then another monostable circuit, piston like so, sand on top of it, another block out, and then we're going to go block up, block down, block up. So that last block up should be on top of the redstone line of the light blue clay here, and then we're going to have pistons on each of these lower blocks. First one set to 4 ticks, next one to 3, and then the last one to 2, and then 1 piece of dust on this middle block here so that it connects to that light green line. So if we come then around the front, we go ahead and flick that lever off. This is going to come down, fully retracts, none of the sand is broken, and we can fully get through our opening here. You could also optionally have a decay circuit like this, so that when that button is pressed, the door will retract, and then after just a short bit, it's going to go right back up when that decay circuit burns out. Like so. So hopefully this really was an improvement on the original design, and if you have found this useful, go ahead and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all next time.